My wife claimed she could find someone else fast. A week later, she wanted me back. When she said those words, it felt like the ground slipped from beneath my feet. We had been arguing for days, both of us tired, frustrated, and unsure how to fix things. But hearing her say she could easily replace me cut deeper than any fight we had ever had. I walked out that night with a heavy heart, unsure if our marriage had just ended or if we were both too angry to think straight. During that week apart, I tried to keep myself busy, but the silence in the house reminded me of her. I wondered if she truly meant what she said or if it was something she blurted out in the heat of the moment. Whatever the case, I kept my distance, giving us both time to breathe. Friends told me to move on, to let her see what life was like without me, but my heart wasn't ready to let go so easily. Meanwhile, she tried living the life she claimed she could have, going out with friends, dressing up, pretending she was happier without me. But behind all of that, she was struggling. She realized that attention wasn't affection, and temporary company wasn't the same as love. She saw that the people she thought would be there for her only cared about having fun, not about her feelings or her future. The illusion broke quickly. On the 7th day, she showed up at my door unexpectedly, looking nothing like the confident woman who said she could replace me. Her eyes were swollen, her voice shaky, and she didn't try to hide her regret. She told me she had been wrong, that no one made her feel the way I did, and that her pride had pushed her into saying things she didn't truly mean. She apologized for hurting me and admitted that losing me, even for a week, had been enough to scare her. I wanted to be angry. I wanted to remind her of her words, how deeply they wounded me. But as she stood there crying, I saw the woman I fell in love with, the one who made mistakes, who wasn't perfect but who still cared. I realized I wasn't perfect either, and maybe we both needed this wake-up call to understand what we were risking. We sat down and talked, really talked, for the first time in months, about our fears, our frustrations, and the silent distance that had grown between us. It wasn't easy, and it wasn't fixed in a single conversation, but it was a start. We promised to rebuild slowly, with honesty instead of ego, with patience instead of anger. A week apart taught us both something important. Love doesn't survive on pride, and relationships don't end because of one bad fight. Sometimes you have to lose a little to realize what's truly worth holding on to. And as she rested her head on my shoulder that night, I knew that we had been given a second chance, one neither of us wanted to waste.